Hi! Oh yeah, this video is going to be in English. Today, as I was doing nothing, quite false, I was working on the script for another video in French, but surfing on the good old web, I came across a post that immediately caught my attention, and maybe so it did for you. A few hours ago, when I was typing the script, a user by the name Luck Not Lucky, nice name Luke on Twitter by the way, posted a video, and more precisely, an animation. And as rude as I'm going to sound, I am not going to credit him. You will soon understand why. I'm going to show you the first 40 seconds of it.
まだ10時14分。なんでつまんない授業って公務時間が遅いんだろう。早く終われよ。ああ、遅い。いい天気だな。青い空。あったかい風、春の匂い。みんなこういう日のことを気持ちいいって言うけど、でも今の俺には早くチャイムが鳴って家に帰りたいだけだ。まったく。まだ終わんねえのかこの授業。早く帰りてずっと待ってたんだ。拷問だよこれ。昨日3時間並んだあのゲームが俺を呼んでる。早く家で。
Yeah. For those of you who didn't catch or didn't read the title of the video, this entire animation has been made by AI. And it's almost fucking terrifying. Therefore, I want to talk about it, and more precisely, I would like to talk about this new Sora AI, Sora 2 to be more precise. So what is it, what it can do, and if it's a threat to the furry fandom or not. Before we dive in, full disclosure, I'm just going to read what I've wrote. This isn't a fear-mongering video, it's a reflection. I like my art, my community, and I want us to be able to discuss about it and the possibilities of this thing. So first of all, what is Sora AI? Sora AI, more precisely Sora 2, that was just released, has been making quite a lot of waves, let's say. And like previous AIs, it's able to generate quite a lot of things. It's able to generate audio, cameos, or even create full videos from just a sentence. I mean, that's what AI are made for, some of them at least. And or remix some already existing characters, but holy shit, this thing is terrifying. It is way more qualitative and believable in a way. The thing is, users are experimenting with it quite fast, very fast even. They're creating memes, they're creating, of course, not safe for work content, deepfakes, copyrighted things, and yeah, it started to go into our furry fandom. And the issue with all of this is the consent of those creations, because it starts to be an issue more like about, you know, ownership, because most of those videos is starting to be very much believable. And as for information, I am currently working as a data annotator scientist for AI, of course, and I am fact-checking, proofreading. I am just like the type of moderator that verifies that like every request made by people on certain AI's assistant are being fully answered, and the AI is not giving bullshit. So yeah, I'm not helping the situation, but trust me when I say that like AIs are very much a way of being able to take some of us jobs. Because when an AI is telling me I'm wrong because I'm correct, but this changes a lot of things. For us people and for us furries. Sora, or Sora 2, is now capable of generating full-on animations, not just static art, including character movements, expressions, even creating audio for it. Even the lip sync is almost perfect. Almost. And if you look all of this, you can still see its average. It's not professionally made. There is still a few issues here and there. As like if you look closely at multiple moments, it's still quite goofy. But man, this is still very much spine-chilling. We are living at a time where AIs is starting to look like more and more like a full team of animators. And like, I still say this with quite a lot of quotes. But like, if you look closely to this video, which is, yeah, it's quite long, it's still a few minutes, I can't imagine someone able to produce this without putting a few hours in it, or even a full team. This still takes quite a lot of time. I mean, if you want to produce something that is almost the same quality and without the issues the AI is making, it is still quite a huge amount of job. But this thing is able to produce something way faster than anyone else because it is an AI, therefore it is a clanker. This post is proof that people are already using this capability to produce content like this, releasing the work of the AI publicly, blending AI content with the creative ecosystem of the fandom. Even though Luck more than said it was made by AI. Each of his posts is saying that like this has been made by AI, thankfully. This and the shit ton of watermarks here and there, but like bless the sun when the days come where there is not going to be any watermarks or the person is not going to put anything about it. And given this concrete example, here are some focused concerns about this thing and this AI in general, with first and foremost the devaluation of animation works. Animators, motion artists like for fursuit clips and everything, may face competition from AI that can generate movements like this. And it can generate it way more cheaply. And the barrier of the animated content is lowered. Some people might prefer to use an AI instead of commissioning an artist. Because contrary to belief, not all furries are rich, sadly. And if an AI can mimic your style in motion, it can produce animation that feel like yours. Without your involvement. At all! Distinguishing what's your art and what's AI generated is becoming way more harder by the day. And this leads us to copyright issues, misuse, and consent in motion. If your persona, or whatever OC you own, is used in an AI animation without your permission, that's a violation of creative ownership. And knowing certain furries, some animation can or could be very cursed. Miscontextualized animations, scenes you've never approved, could be forced on your character, and therefore on yourself. I can already imagine a world where furriators purposely create an animation, a very cursed one, of you and spreads it like a cursed artwork you've commissioned a long time ago and you're not very proud of because of how cursed the animation is. And therefore pushing you under the spotlight. Holy sun. And all of this takes us to the possibility of content space being flooded by those. The volume of AI-produced animation could saturate our feeds, our social feeds. And human-made animated pieces could become rare. They could struggle to reach an audience unless they have a special human touch, which, in my opinion, you can easily notice between an AI animated piece and a real human animated piece. Because AI work still looks quite dead. I can't really explain it. But it's not all doom, I believe. There are still some opportunities and counterpoints to this. For example, you could use AI to mock up some animation ideas. You know, like as a proof of concept of something. Then you could refine them manually. I mean, after all, we use machines to build skyscrapers, but the last bolts are often put by human. So... But you'd have to be clear about it, huh? Like, not giving yourself all the credits, even though you used AI as a base. Because I like to imagine AI as a tornado sucking up everyone's artwork and creativity and giving something without giving credits to the origin artist. So if you use AI, you're using everyone. That's curse. You may build a pyramid of your name, but think of all the slaves behind it. And this point might get controversial, but people who lacks the skills of creating things might be able to use this type of AIs to bring their first persona to life, even just roughly. As I'm not an artist myself, a furry one I mean, the very first version of my persona that I've shown you before, the very first version of me like putting down the ideas of colors and everything, I've used the character creation tool in Amorous. Yeah. Personally, I would have liked to have this when I first joined the fandom, but I would have just probably used it once because of what I've said earlier. What I believe the fandom should do or adapt, given that the entire animation like this is not going to cease to exist, we should follow those steps more or less closely to be able to see things coming. For example, setting standards and labels. Always label AI-generated animations. Be transparent between AI-assisted and fully human-made things. Creating norms in furry spaces about those content. Because not everyone agrees on this clanker shit. And we should protect style and identities. Limit how much of your character is shared openly to the public. Characters animation. And of course, value human work way more than AI work. Emphasize human-made art. Emphasize what humans do better than AIs. The nuance, the emotional beats, the story pacing, the symbolism. Use that as your differentiator. And last but not least, support human creators. You should commission, you should share, you should promote work that are handcrafted by a very existing thing. Physical, I'm not saying AIs is a dream. You should recognize labor, time, the soul in the animations, and not choose the fast and easy way of having something. I can't say cheap, because, well, most of people just type a sentence to have something that are looking this good now. The amount of energy that has been deployed to the AI to give you something like this is just enormous. I'm glad I'm not paying the bill. So, as a conclusion, the existence of AI creating things is not a novelty. It's a warning and it's an invitation. A warning in some creative territory, being encroached by automation, but also an invitation. Because no matter the tech, you should keep making your art yours. So, let me know. What do you think? Does this scare you? Does it excite you? A bit of both? Personally, when I saw it and I did not immediately recognize the watermark, I was quite impressed. But when I realized this was entirely AI generated, I was scared. But then, with further rewatching, I realized how dead it looked. How many issues the animation had. And once again, the fact it was watermarked everywhere. So yeah, thanks for watching, stay creative, stay vigilant, and I might see you soon. Bye!